you're fine.
I'll give it a minute and see if anybody shows up. We're a couple minutes early because I'm not feeling super great and I want to lay down. So, I'm combing yarn. I'll give it a minute, and then if nobody shows up, we'll just go ahead and tape it and leave it for them when they have time this evening. They can jump in and watch it. I'll just leave it posted. Okay, I'll show you what I'm working on. Hi, Gypsy. What I'm working on is this big fat Angora goat. I've brushed out his yarn. I'm gonna have to give him a hairdo. But he's got to have more yarn, and he's gonna be spotted. So he's gonna be a gray and white spotted Angora here soon. But I've brushed him out, and I've got to have to give him a hair trim because he's just a madman right now. But I've got to trim it away from his head and his horns, and he's got a little decal so that, like, if somebody buys them, they want to put their family name, they can. But I've got to give him his skirt and his spots. So he's trying to get finished, and I've got to paint his little feet black. But he's adorable. I think, and I hand sculpted that head and the horns, and his eyes even moved. They watch you. So I did all of that by hand. I sculpted all that, made all that, and made his horns.
That's evil.
I'm evil most days, so what's the point?
You
But
made an evil goat.
I made an evil goat, yeah. I think Angora goats do kind of look evil. I always saw them at the shows, and they were always like the rich people. The
Especially
rich people.
When his eyes move.
Yeah, his eyes are kind of creepy. They do follow you, but they were like the rich people sheep. We were thinking about doing one tomorrow, and then he wanted to share a couple things that he ran across that he's going to start working on.
Yeah, we may do a few projects. We got some stuff in mind with some stuff I've been running across while I'm out.
Talk loud because the speaker's way over there.
Okay, you just now told me
Yeah, I just now told you that. Sorry.
that. Anyway.
Oops.
Only you.
Yeah.
Anyway, we seen some ideas the other night. We was just looking at maybe some stuff to craft with and see what all we could come up with. We've seen some ideas. Not sure yet what all we're going to attempt, but I've got about 3 things here that I'm going to see what happens with.
Sure.
In case anybody don't know what this is a Beaver Chew.
He is.
What?
They said you're looking tired. I said he is tired.
Yeah, I've been trapping and working in the fur shop. This is a Beaver Chew. It's probably roughly about 12 inches long. You can see there they've chewed that in, and they've chewed that in. It looks like a broken pencil lead. But anyway, we're probably going to clean a few of these up. They got mud on them where we found them laying around where beavers have been. And
You're gonna hit me in the head with it.
Bite?
No, you're gonna hit me in the head with it.
Right.
Hey, you're gonna hit me in the head with it.
Anyway, we're gonna clean them up a little bit, and may just hit them with like a rough little bit of a sandpaper, knock some of the dirt off of them. Then we're probably gonna polyurethane them. That way they give them a little bit of a shine.
Burn that.
And also, son, he's wanting some of these to. Of course, he does the wood carving, and he's going to attempt to carve out some beavers. And he's wanting some of these real
Beaver Chew sticks.
Real Beaver Chew sticks to go with these beaver carving. So we got some of that. And you know, it's unique. How things, come about, but you can see this is sort of neat in a way, but we're thinking along the style of maybe some kind of a piece to hang jewelry on.
So what we think about doing is cutting this down here and putting a base, a wide base.
I was going to get to that, but anyway.
And knocking the dirt off and sanding it down so that you can see the chews really good. And polyurethane in it.
A lot of these have been done this way for a while, and you can tell by this, and it's a lot more darker than this one. You can see, of course, the way the light hits it, but anyway, it's a little bit darker.
We're gonna end up with a
But
concussion after this.
maybe not. But yeah, we're probably gonna put a good heavy base on this, and I mean, you can hang
Bracelets, necklaces. It's even the
necklaces,
top 2 point will hold rings.
everything will be
Yeah.
left. Everything will be left natural, so you can see you can hang.
Or you can just display it. Some people like to just display them.
Some people just like to display stuff like this. So we're gonna clean some of it up. We'll probably, of course, it's got this neat looking place right here. We'll probably
Looks
do
like a heart.
well.
Yeah, you could keep that. That looks like a heart.
Well, it's gonna be left on. Yeah, I guess it does. We'll probably cut it off right here real straight as we can. Get us a good heavy base and put on it, and that way, see what happens. And I picked up a few of these today. Some even a little bigger than this, and
Found one really pretty one.
found one real pretty one. It's just a little bit bigger, and I ain't got a lot of room without hitting
It's got a corkscrew at the bottom.
hitting her in the
Hit me in the head.
head. Anyway, and then
Domestic on YouTube.
well, maybe not. I won't be able.
Oh, there's that one.
I won't be able to get all this in there, but like I said, you never know what you're going to come across when you're out doing what I do. This right here
Is that not pretty?
neat as all get out.
Is that not pretty?
I'm not even real sure what I'm going to do with it yet. It's probably about, well, total it's probably close about 3.5 or 4 foot long, so I can't get it all on here, but it's had a vine growing in it right there, and that's what's caused this twist. It's had this vine growing in it probably since it was real little, so it just created a twist like that. And there's the, but
And got a Beaver Chew on it. It's really pretty. We've noticed that a lot of people just like to clean them up, polyurethane them, and people want them to display. They apparently
We'll
think
probably-
that Beaver Chew logs are beautiful.
I've also got some that I couldn't bring in because they was too big, and well, they really wasn't too big, but they was
Too big for what we're doing
too
here.
big for what we're doing here, and some of them was probably 6, 7, 8 foot long. And but anyway, we're mainly thinking about making some jewelry boxes out of them. And what we would do with that would be like to leave the sharp point as your lid, cut it, hollow it out so deep that way you could put rings, ear rings, necklaces, or anything that you want to put in there, or hide stuff from your husband or wife if they can't find. Just leave it sitting around and see how long they can walk by it without pulling the top off. That's probably what I'm going to do here. But anyway.
So it'll sit up and it'll be like a topiary dish, but
it'll be on a base.
And it'll close.
That way, I'll make some pretty nice bases for it. Probably end up just polyurethane all of it, making it.
I'll make sure they're pretty.
Make it to where it will.
Mr. Scale small. I'll make sure it's pretty.
Okay.
That's
Anyway.
my job. That's my job. Y'all like my hair? You see it shorter? Y'all like my hair? He cut it.
Huh.
So I had it like banded where I wanted the layers to fall, but I made him cut it. My hands have not done what I wanted them to do today, so and they're leaving me this evening really quick. They're not working the way I want them to. So we jumped on a couple minutes early. But yeah, he's gotten into, we found a whole little new niche of Beaver Chewed logs that are created, that are made into these little creations. It's something that we run across a lot, so we feel that we can do pretty
Here's the
easily.
other end of the one that I just had. So
Wouldn't that been a nice walking stick had it not been so skinny and dry?
Yeah, it'd have been a little flimsy up here, but yeah, actually, there's a lot of people just likes to collect these, and some people pays real good money for them. So, some of this stuff I'm not sure that we could ship if we had it made, but we would really try if
You're gonna whack me in the head and I'm gonna
even
smack you.
might even up paying part of the shipping if somebody really was to be interested in it, because anytime you're dealing with wood, it's a lot heavier than it is with the little evil goat here that she just showed me to go. But anyway,
Oh, evil, he's
I've been bringing in stuff the last few days. Trapping season's probably ending for me after tomorrow morning. I did have a few catches last couple of nights. She's not got any.
I've got the video, but I've not got them on because I've got to go through the sound. The wind has been so bad.
I've not seen anything this morning, so.
The wind has been so bad, it's been hard to.
But,
the sound quality's not good.
I keep saying I like reading, but
Ooh, we've had to set the things so far away from us. Yeah, he did a really good job cutting my hair. It was getting so long, and like my body could not keep the nutrition in it, and it was falling out. Was it not falling out?
Yeah.
It's falling. And I've got like, okay, you're jarring the whole screen.
Sorry.
I've got like extra hair for like 5 people, but it was getting super thin for me, and it was freaking me out. So I thought, well, let's just cut it and layer it. So we did a little layer cut that's really easy. I cut my hair a lot anyway. The only time I really go to the hair salon is when I want Amanda to color my hair. And if I come back with colored hair, then I've gone to a really good color stylist. But I like when I go purple, I go to her. But I just cannot get out and do right now. So I've just been learning new ways to do a lot of stuff at home. So he cut my hair today, and I even let him use the clippers, and he did such a good job. So it's got a little bit of my natural curl to it. So as long as you get the layers remotely right, my hair, the cowlicks will take care of the rest. So you don't have to worry about that. I've started on a birdhouse that I'm weaving. I've got willow soaking in my sink, the little tiny one soaking in my sink, so that I can wrap them. And I have got stuff ready for dream catchers. So everybody that was emailing me about dream catchers, if you want it done, you need to get it in now, because I've got quite a bit of willow, but it takes 3 or 4. I have to braid the willow into a hoop, and so you better let me know if you want one super quick, because I've already got like 3 already spoken for. So that's probably going to be what I do a lot this week, is a lot of just sitting down, which is probably what I need to be doing, sitting down and weaving the dream catchers and putting some beads on.
We're talking about getting out maybe towards the middle end of the week. It's supposed to warm up quite a bit. We've been out in the 20s here every night, and the upper 30s, 40 of a day with a wind chill factor, so we didn't get to get out and do much scavenger hunting this weekend. But we're talking about maybe towards the end of the week we're going to get out, and we know where some more stuff is that we might do some ideas out of. We'll just see what all we can find. So anyway, we thought we'd jump on and go over a few things that we was talking about doing. So
he's gonna have more down here when I get done with him, and then I'll have to give him a haircut. But this is Armando. I give everything names. This is Armando.
But since I've pretty much done with the trap line and everything like that for this year, I'm going to be tied up in the shop. But if you all have any questions about anything, just let her know, and
I'll forward
we
him.
will try to jump on whenever we can, and that way.
I can't say what's it. Did with your roller walker, did you? I need one that goes 4-wheel drive for my yard. I need one that's got big Otters and lift kit.
I don't know about that.
As soon as the cold gets out of the wind, then I will be out in sunshine and out in the yard. But with the mastoiditis that I went through last year and my ears still having some issues, I cannot be out in any cold wind. So I sit in the kitchen and enjoy the sunshine that comes through the kitchen windows. But like as far as being able to sit in the sunshine, I haven't been able to do that yet. So he is tired.
Yeah, I'm tired.
He's going to crash out here soon. So I've not got to enjoy the outdoor sunshine yet, but I will. And as soon as it warms up, I will be like, if it's warm enough Wednesday, I love to sit on the riding mower. Now the next day or two, my hands will not be right because of the jarring sensation, but it makes me feel independent because I can go where I want to go. So I like to sit on the riding mower. So if I feel like it and it's warm enough and the wind's not cold, I'm going to be on the riding mower Wednesday most likely, just to feel useful. But got a lot of stuff we've got to finish. He's starting a few things. I'm in the finish side of a few things. And I think we've got a dozen or 13. You've got what, 12 or 13 listings on the Etsy shop right now.
Yeah,
Hillbilly
we've got-
Heart Decor on Etsy.
Yeah, we've got quite a bit on there. Probably be putting some more stuff on there. Like I said about the
Oh, it's called a house. Yeah, strange.
oh well. Anyway, like I said about the stuff to hang jewelry on, we'll just have to see how that turns out. That may be something that we sell at a local. We've got quite a few local sales to go to here, and then just an hour or so of the house here this summer. I know right now maybe 4, maybe 5. Got one coming up in May, around the 1st of May. But anyway, and if it's something that you're interested in, and we can ship it, and
We'll try to ship. We've got one
come out
FedEx
okay
spot.
on it, and we will try to.
Yeah, we've got one FedEx spot, and
We'll
we've
try
not
to do
dealt
what
with them
we
in
can.
forever.
Yeah,
So I really have to get my whole head
But,
wrapped around the shipping aspect again.
one thing I am fixing to do here in the next probably couple weeks, I am going to ship off a bunch of fur to be professionally tanned
Mhm.
because
You got too much to
I've
do.
got too much to do, and then with work and making crafts and getting all this stuff ready, I'm
And
going to
he's
ship
tired.
off.
Y'all can see he's tired.
I'm going to ship off quite a bit of fur to have professionally done.
Must
and,
be Beaver, right?
a lot of beaver, a lot of raccoons, and they should be back. If I can get them sent off in April, they should be back somewhere around probably September. That's my hope, according to the schedule of the tannery. And that way, maybe we can put some more hit on the Etsy store. Everybody says what I do is good, but I mean, of course, I'm still learning, and the more I do,
But we
the
started
better it
looking at the
gets.
time,
But-
because he does it the old way. The time he takes to put into the skinning, fleshing, he's still gonna have to do that. But the time he puts into the actual tanning process is so time sensitive. So if he has to work over or his schedule changes at all, it screws everything up. And then the drying process, if he works over and comes in and they've hung for 2-3 hours too long and got too dry, it's a very tedious. It's a very tedious task. And so we just started thinking about all the hours he spends on that and how tired he is and how much work it is. And we started looking and we thought it would probably be more cost effective with the stuff that we have to buy to do the tanning to just send it off and get it back and then just complete our crafts as normal. So that's what especially with probably the better price ratios they're going to give you for the next couple of years with the fur industry kind of taking a hit, we're going to take advantage of it so that he has more free time. He's also not been feeling well and has to go back to a specialist this week.
Yeah, I gotta
So-
do that Tuesday, but other than that, well, maybe everything will be okay. But yeah, talking about tanning beavers and otters, they're a water. I mean, of course, that's a water animal and stuff like that, and they are much harder to tan than a raccoon, coyote, fox, bobcat, something like that. When it comes to that, I mean, they're pretty easy. And but when you get to dealing with beavers,
Things that are in the water a
You've
lot,
got
their
to,
skin's a different texture and their cells are kind of different.
it's a totally different thing. So I'm gonna let somebody else that is professionally in that line of work and do with that. And I know what I can. There's a certain price that when I send them off, I know what it's going to cost me to have it done. So that way I don't have to worry about that. And if I tan a beaver, it's going to take me probably, well, from the fleshing process, that's when you got to flesh the hide down thin. From that to the time I get it tanned, it's probably going to take me roughly 10 days, somewhere in there. They got to stay in a what they call a pickling solution for about 5 to 6 days. What that does, that breaks the fiber down and softens up the pelt to where the tannin solution will absorb and make sure it's tanned all the way through. But then when all that comes about, when it starts drying, that's when the work really comes in. I mean, you know, a lot of these professional tanners places, they use big old sanders and big old tumblers, and I mean, they might put 300 or 400 hides in there at a time and tumble them all at once, and they have each individual hide marked with the customer's number on it. So when they get it back out, they go through it and separate it out, and it's done. And I mean, I couldn't have maybe one or two hides of going at a time if I'm doing beavers, and that's all I can do is if I'm doing beavers at one time, because breaking it down is so hard, and it just takes so much time. So I thought the best thing I could do is I'm just going to send a bunch of them off. If I'm doing beaver hoops, I can still do it myself and not have no problem, because I dry them on a hoop, and that way when they're dried, while they're done. But when you get one to get it broke down to where you want to hang it on the wall, or where you want to hang it over a
Or if people want to take them and turn them into mitts or
if
blankets.
people wants to turn them into garments or something like that, then
you really need
I've
those
got
big
so much-
machines that.
I've got so much time and stuff in them then that I mean it's just, and when I could be doing something else. So I'm just gonna yeah, Gypsy, it will free me up to
Oh, he'll find something else to do.
well, I mean, I've got plenty to do, but I mean, I can be working on crafts, and I've also got quite a few people wanting me to tan stuff that they've killed, you know, and
Local.
stuff like that, local, and so right now I've got, you know, some of that stuff to do, so I've got to get started on that, but I've also got to, you know, get some of my stuff done, but anyway, it's just something that I'm going to do, and if it works out all right, I may send off more, and I may get into this fur thing and quit my regular job. Who knows? that probably won't happen. But if it was to take off, and with the fur markets the way they are, I mean, you know, I could buy tons of fur for nothing, which that's good on my part, but
Bad
not
on
for the
the
trapper's
trappers,
part. So, but like she said, I'd take advantage of it and probably come out way ahead.
Sure,
And,
see goes well.
So I'm sure it will. It's just gonna be a lot of.
We looked on Etsy the other night and saw people selling stuff, and it was stuff that I looked at him and I said, you know, I get really nitpicky about these little things. Like if I don't think they're adorable and wouldn't put them on my whatnot shelf or something, or put them on my Christmas tree or have them in my home, then I wouldn't want you to put them in your home. And especially some of the jewelry. This lady had taken 3 already pre-finished straps of leather, had crimped it at one end with a band, and had braided it, had not even added anything decorative to the other end, just crimped it again and cut it really small and flared it a little bit, and said it was a wrap bracelet / necklace, and was selling them for $46. And I looked at him and I said, how can someone do that knowing that's about $3 worth of materials?
Yeah.
And I looked at him and I said, what you really need to do is, even if it's small things, just do quality small work and post it. And these people on Etsy that really take advantage of people will eventually get rooted out. Yeah, made me want to scream too. They will get rooted out by people that do, you know, really nice work, or really, you know, I may not have like the best stuff, but you know, I've spent some time with Mr. Armando here by the time you get him. Yeah, it's just some of the stuff they sell is crazy. So we saw a lady that also had, one of his ideas was to take a shell casing and to whittle a beaver tooth or another tooth that we got somewhere to fit up in it, and use the jewelry glue and drill a little hole, put a jewelry setting, and put it on a stainless steel necklace. Well, okay, well there were people selling those for $60, $70, and I'm sitting here going, no, you can make that. I mean, I know you want to make money, but price it to where people can afford it and enjoy it, and you know the actual value, price it accordingly. So we're going to kind of break in and see if we can do some of these smaller jewelry tasks, and he's going to have to learn how to drill some of the daintier jewelry holes in some of the stuff, and we're going to have to both. I've worked with epoxy before, resin, but he's going to have to learn along with me because my hands don't always work.
If I have time.
If he has time. You can see he's yawning about to fall asleep right now.
No,
So,
I ain't about to fall asleep. I'm just.
but we got to look at it and we thought, man, there's a lot of people getting ripped off.
Well, you know, it's like I was talking about the Beaver Chews and the thing you maybe hang jewelry on there that.
They sell those for $100 and $200.
You know, we was looking at one guy's page there, and that was all was on it was
Beaver Chew
beaver related stuff. He had pelts,
That's it.
hoops, sticks, you know, Beaver Chew
I
logs.
don't think anything was under $56.
He had, you know, 6-inch Beaver Chew logs, you know, anywhere they was 6, 8, 10, 12 inches long. And the only thing it was is just like this right here.
Knocked the
except
mud
it
off,
was,
sanded, and polyurethane.
You know, he had some this long, he had some probably this long, but they was, you know, a lot of them was bigger in diameter, which I mean, I have seen those, and I have left tons of them. Moccasins, no, I ain't.
We do know somebody that makes them local though, and he
Yeah.
is Cherokee. So if you want moccasins, I do know somebody that can make you moccasins.
Never tried that, but anyway, we have a friend that can do that. He makes all types of stuff because he is.
We've actually let him set up. David's let him set up and drop stuff off to sell, at his tables because he's had to work or something. So, but he makes completely by hand, and I think he has a Facebook page. But I know that when you buy the Cherokee stuff, you go to his Cherokee Facebook page. So I'll have to make sure I know which one I can share with you all. But he makes moccasins, the chokers, the beads, everything. He does all of that. And it was so funny because people last year at some of these sales would come by and they would see my little redheaded boy and they'd be like, well, are you native? And Elaine's like, you know, and I was like, well, you are, but the Irish genes won out. You're just, you know, barely got any Cherokee hanging on. And people thought that we were just people making stuff and pawning it off. They didn't know that there was an actual Cherokee that had made that. So we told him to take a picture frame and print a bio about himself so we could set it with his items at the table this time if he was not able to be there personally, because we want people to know these are made by a true Cherokee. But it was funny to see people ask my redheaded son.
Yeah, I didn't pass for it, that's for sure.
It was funny. But if I had been there, I could have
redneck.
answered their questions, but I was not able to be there all day. That was just up the road, but I was not. My legs and stuff, I can't be up all day.
But the guy that had all the beaver products there, I mean, you know, he was selling 5 or 6 just sticks. I mean, you know, pick them up out of where I've probably walked over
thousands
of them in the last 7 years. But I didn't think there was any.
Well, when you grow up and you see these things all the time,
yeah, I mean, you know, I've seen it all my life. I didn't think there was anybody that wanted it, but evidently according to his page, because he had 327 sales from the 1st of January, and that was 3 or 4 nights ago, so he's probably had more than that now. But I mean, that's all he sold was stuff like that. So that gave me a little bit of idea on, and I may try some things that he don't have.
Now he has a couple years ago made a beaver chewed lamp. And it's got a beaver skull with it, and it's got a bunch of the wood chips that he actually brought in. For where they took down a big tree, and I need to finish that. We've used it around the house, but I need to stain it and finish it. But so he's made stuff out of it, but we never thought about making stuff for resale until now. So it's a whole new world. We'll get into it and see what we can make happen and what works and what doesn't. But opened up our eyes a lot to see what people are passing off on Etsy. And the prices, and I was like, okay, well, we can do better than this, and we're certainly not going to con somebody out of that much money. If you've got an hour of sanding and an hour of polyurethaning, it shouldn't cost $199.99.
No,
it just shouldn't. So,
and some of them's actually so smooth where they've chewed on them that the only thing they need is just the dirt knocked off.
Mm-hmm. Good wire
and then good wire brush and good and clean, and then just, of course, they're gonna have a little bit of some cracks in them. That's wood. You ain't gonna get wood that don't crack, but unless it's been done in the wintertime when
sap's down.
The moisture's down, what they call sap. That's what trees live on, and makes them grow. Just like, you know, a person, they gotta have water.
But honestly, the more rustic, the more they like them.
But the more rustic, and I brought in, don't believe me, I brought in a bunch today.
Yeah, you did.
And yesterday too, and may get some more tomorrow, just depends.
I mean, this
But,
guy's selling a bundle of 3 for $89 for ugly ones.
Yeah, I mean, it was all shapes, sizes, lengths. But
Blew my mind.
I think we're gonna try some things here. Probably it may be 3 or 4 weeks before we get around to it, because like I said, I do cut customer stuff for customers and stuff like that. Not just my stuff, but for people. So I've got some stuff like that going on right now. But while it's in the pickling process or drying process, I can be working on something else. So it's not. There's always something to do. She is so evil. I don't stay in the house much when I'm off work. So I got the man cave out back, AC, radio, all that.
That's nothing new to them. I tell them I'm the main one out of us anyway. They know that.
I may even put my recliner in there for a nap every now and again. So
I think you need a nap right now, which is probably not a bad idea. I
well,
think I probably need a nap too.
Just,
he goes, and if he sits still, he naturally falls asleep. She likes seeing your work. Thank you.
Oh, well,
and
thanks.
as soon as I can get situated and edit the videos from this weekend's trapping, then I'll try to get those out. But there's going to be a lot of subtitles because of the wind. So the wind was horrible here the last several days.
Yeah, last couple yesterday was real bad. I mean, I tried to hold the camera where the wind wouldn't hit it. It was horrible.
Like
this morning
40 plus mile per hour.
Yeah, this morning was a little better. I had one catch last night, but the wind was a little better this morning. I don't even watched it to see how it turned out, but
I'll try to get those together for you.
As far as everything goes, tonight's the last night that I'm going to trap for this fall, so I'll probably start back again. But over this next several months, I'll be living in the man cave, because we've got a lot of shows to go to and stuff like that. As the fall gets here, I mean, it's probably going to be just every few days, maybe 2 or 3 times a month. Who knows? Just depends on how everything works out.
So they'll be going to these festivals and making items specifically for the local festivals. And I probably won't be able to go to many because the ones that are over an hour away are just too far for me to have.
But there's some close that you can go maybe.
Yeah, and there's one that's in the next county that if I get tired, I'll just, one of my old co-officers I trained, I'll go knock on her door and lay on her couch. But I'll go visit. But we will try to get video and pictures of where they go, and especially Lane's work. He's doing some what they call tree spirits, carvings, and doing some other stuff. He's making some gnomes, so he's branching out and doing some other stuff. Got a couple of commissions he's working on, so he's gonna have some new stuff to share soon. So, but lots of things are gonna change this year. He's gonna try to do more of the festivals. And we're kind of looking at people on Etsy and going, okay, we don't want to hurt your market, but we certainly think that we can go in and make a more fair price range for the consumer. So we're going to try to make some quality items and give some better pricings to the customers. So that's our goal. I think that's what we're going to be working on for the next few weeks, is trying to branch out. And as soon as we get the first round of the jewelry things done, he will have them listed on Etsy.
If we can.
It's just all about timing, and if I'm having a good day, if I can help, if he's got to do it all on his own.
I was hoping to maybe have some smaller pieces for, like I showed here a while ago, about maybe hanging jewelry on, stuff like that. But going to festivals and stuff, I mean, that wouldn't be no problem.
Yeah, the big items sell fine. You don't have to worry.
But anyway, when you go to shipping that stuff, that's when it really, you gotta be really creative.
See what that said?
That is a gypsy talking. Think, yeah. Wholesale the Beaver.
As I'm telling you, I just can't. I just want to give somebody a fair price on an item after I saw what I saw the other night on Etsy. It just kind of bugged me, but yeah, we'll get some better prices for people. Chisel a beaver in the middle of the stick. Now that would be something that David is not a carver. That would be something that Lane would have to be asked. Now he doesn't do a lot of chisel work. He does chainsaw art. So I don't know. He might be something that would interest him. I can ask him, but Lane's brain works in a specific way, and when he gets on a tangent, he has to complete what the tangent in his brain says has to be done, and that's how his brain works. So you can like volunteer and send him pictures and ideas, but his brain is doing its own thing. But if you want to email me like pictures that are like close to the idea that you're thinking of, that would be great. watersworkload@gmail.com, and just email it to me, and I can definitely look. I think it's an excellent thought. It's just trying to curtail Lane's ADHD brain.
That's a great idea. I went to a lot of places over during trapping season and stuff that if I'd had any idea that I was going to try to make some stuff out of this, or sell some of it, I would have been bringing this stuff in all winter. But I trapped quite a ways from home a few times, and as I sit here and think about it, that's where some of the best stuff is. But I just don't want to have to drive back that far and get it.
Yeah.
But anyway, I may get back out here one cool morning and who's that? Okay.
That was Snugglepuss.
I may get back out here.
That'll be my first email. Old school.
I may get back out here and one morning it's cool and go back and visit some places that I trapped and see what all I can come up with. Some places you don't find no. Some places you don't find no.
But when you grow up like this, you don't notice these things because you grow up around it and it's normal. It's just like furniture.
Yeah, I understand that.
You don't see it.
What I'm saying is, sometimes I go to places and there's no trees around, and I don't have nothing like that to get. But sometimes I do. And actually, where I was at today, I'd come in from there's two ways to get into the property where I was trapping, and I went in another way. And I got to looking around this morning, and across the pond was that there was some stuff over there that I think I could use, and quite a bit of it. So I may have to go around the other side here in a few days
make another round
and see what I was over there. But
we're just trying to take notice and look at opportunities, because he really wants this Etsy store to be something that he has an income from and an outlet for what he creates. Because we're so back in the boonies, it's hard to really have a good outlet for what you create unless you dedicate to driving to festivals, which a few is fine, but going halfway across the state is not something he wants to do after he works all week.
Well, no, and where we're at here, there's some probably in 30, 45 minutes of the house. I don't mind traveling like that if I can have everything ready, and
But it's a lot after a work week.
It is, but as long as I got a day of rest, why, I'm all right, maybe. But anyway,
we'll see what the summer brings.
We'll see what all happens during the summer, and I'm not going to go to every one they are. If I was, I'd be gone every weekend, and I never would get nothing made or never would get my stuff finished up. So, but I may do one a month. If there's couple close to home, I may do 2 a month. We got a big sale coming up in August. Lasts about 4 days. So we done that last year. Done real good with that. We'll have some different
It's
stuff.
It's literally a mile from the house.
Yeah, it's about a mile from the house. It went real well. But anyway, we're gonna see what happens, and as soon as we get some stuff start coming along, it will be posted. We'll probably talk a little bit about it on here and see what all.
And I have the new drill bit ordered for the jewelry.
And it may be some jewelry. It may be some stuff like that. It may be some jewelry boxes out of these beaver logs. It may be something that you can hang jewelry on. Or if anybody wants a beaver stick to beat their husband with or the wife,
we don't condone that.
I'll put my initials on it, and all that stuff. Just
YouTube, we don't condone that.
No, we're just kidding.
Watch him come after me again.
Yeah, probably will. But anyway, I'm just joking about all that stuff, but just trying to have a good time. But anyway,
we're gonna try to make a bunch of new stuff and just try to follow the little trail where it leads us, and and just see what ends up doing well and what doesn't. But it's just going to be a big learning curve for us for the next few months. But I am excited that he's going to actually start making these teeth earrings and stuff. That's going to be something simple, that's not super time consuming, it's not super taxing, and something that you can set up and walk away from, and it will dry overnight, and when you come back tomorrow, it's done. You just take it out of the foam, the clamps, or whatever, and go on. So I'm excited he's going to learn how to do some of the smaller items that are not going to consume so much of his time and energy. So that makes me feel good.
When it gets a little bit warmer and...
said good luck.
Oh, got you back, Dave. That's what she said. When it gets a little bit warmer and she can get out and hang out in the shop with me, we may do some recordings out there of me breaking hides down or, working on stuff. We'll see what goes on there when it gets a little bit warmer, that she can be out.
Even if I sit next to the stove out there, there's still that cold wind. I won't do it. So when it gets warmer, I'll be out there.
Yeah, when it gets warmer, and then when I turn the AC on, it'll be too cold, so there we go again. But anyway, when I start breaking hides down, stuff like that, I mean, it's a pretty good process for a while. Depends on what you are doing. So, we don't have internet out there. We can't do a live out there. I wish there's some way that we could. We may check on that. I don't know yet.
Get a booster.
But if not, we can record out there, and she can bring back in here and play it live, and I can talk. And then if we have any questions or anything like that, we can go live in here in the house. So, but
yeah, we'll do at least a few videos on the nitty gritty side of things, but then try to keep everything else just finished products and stuff. But that's kind of where we are, so I think that's about it.
Yeah, it's thank everybody for watching, and whoever watches, goes back and watches later. Well, appreciate that. I always go to the Etsy store.
Hillbilly Heart Decor.
Yeah, Hillbilly Heart Decor. I ain't got that part memorized yet, but anyway.
And if you wanted the dream catchers, I've already got 3 order placements holding. So I've only got so much willow right now that I can bend and loop in the next couple weeks. So if you want to add a dream catcher in, you need to be emailing me at watersworkload@gmail.com so that I know how many, so I can get to a stopping point.
Thanks, Gypsy.
So that when somebody else says I want one, be like, wait, you're gonna have to wait till the next run because I've used all my willow at this point.
I've got access to quite a bit of willow, so
yeah, you just got to go get it rounded up, and then I have to soak it.
Yeah, if you don't use it when you first get it. But anyway, I may make a willow run and another beaver log run here in a week or so, and just see what all happens. But we are talking about some new things and got some ideas, so
that's
you just have to. Who knows what might come out of the shop?
Just keep an eye on the store and see what we end up creating, what he posts, and what he gets handy at making and enjoys selling.
But anyway,
I read half of that.
Yeah, that's when I was Dave, go to bed.
Yeah, he's tired.
I'll probably go to bed here in about 3 hours.
Yeah, he won't go to bed super early. I'll stay on the schedule.
I'll stay on my work schedule. If I don't, I'll be asleep at work at 9 o'clock tomorrow night in the corner somewhere.
So I'm gonna make him prop up on the couch and take a chill pill and just watch some TV for a few minutes.
I've got me a Dairy Queen Blizzard that's actually calling my name right now, so that might keep me
all day.
Might keep me awake. But anyway, if anybody has any. You're welcome,
Gypsy.
If
you have any questions,
has any ideas or what they might want, or I mean, or anything like that, send us a picture. I ain't gonna say that we can do it.
We'll try.
But yeah, Blizzard sound, it sounds pretty good.
It does. And again, the email is watersworkload@gmail.com. That's how you reach us. The Etsy store is Hillbilly Heart Decor.
And, like I said, if we can possibly any way ship it, I mean, we will. Who that was? Dragonfly.
Yeah. Oh, I haven't seen Dragonfly in a while.
Yeah, but like I said, we'll try to help with the shipping. If you really want something, I mean, you know, that's
Yeah.
like I said, you go dealing with wood. It's a lot
heavy.
heavy. It's
hard
heavy.
to ship, but we'll try.
It's hard to ship, and you know, some of this stuff requires a bigger box. So, I mean, you know, that requires more shipping. But
we're learning the shipping again.
we're learning, and we'll try to package anything that we do where
Absolutely can. Yeah.
where it can, to where it won't be. But now the smaller jewelry box type stuff with a lid you take off and put back on.
Those are
Now
easy.
they would be
Super easy to ship.
they would be super easy to.
Yeah, the shipping is the most horrible part of selling anything. I
They
think
would
y'all
be
know that.
bad.
But we will try. Like, we don't want you all. If it's something you truly want, we will try to work on the price and the shipping so that overall it's something that you can afford and we can still make a little bit of money on. But just send us an email, wattersworkload@gmail.com. I am gonna. He's about to fall asleep, and the more tired he gets, the longer he'll talk. So I'm gonna make him move it to the couch and
You're
rest.
talking now.
I'm gonna make him move it to the couch and rest for a while. But we do have new stuff coming, new ideas. His store, keep an eye on it. Etsy, Hillbilly Heart Decor. See what his brain throws out, and if I can make it pretty, I'll throw out a few things.
We added
We'll
some
see what
more
happens.
coyote. I think 3 coyotes the other day.
We added a bobtail coyote if you want a really rare thing.
We had one that never know what you're gonna catch.
You never know, but he's interesting. The story is on his ad on the Etsy store.
He's got a beautiful color. Actually,
Gorgeous. Prettiest one he caught all year.
Well, I caught a couple years ago, but anyway,
Beautiful.
it was one of the first ones when I first started land trapping. It was one of the first ones that I caught. Yeah.
yeah, he's about to go out too.
But anyway, it's got like a black back. I mean, very, very pretty.
It's mahogany colored.
It's old stubby tail, so I don't know. Things happen. You hardly ever see a bobtail coyote, but I have seen them. So.
But his story is on the Etsy ad
It's
with
on
him.
Etsy,
So if you want to
and,
read it, go check it out. And we'll add, as the coyote hides sell, we'll add a couple more. But we don't want to have so many coyote hides out that ads that they miss everything else that he's putting on. So we're trying to populate evenly and keep our prices down. But that's about it. I'm ready to eat me some dinner. How about you?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take the blizzard.
You're gonna take the blizzard. Okay.
Yeah, I done eat my dinner somewhere.
Alright, we're gonna go and nibble a little bit, have a snack, and I'm gonna let him rest. So I'll catch yous later on this week and keep yous updated on everything, and look for the trapping video to come out most likely tomorrow. I'll see yous later. Bye guys.